Imagine a world where there is no music, people going about their daily lives without a song. What would this sound like to you? Also imagine a world where there's no art, no way for people to express themselves. What would this look like to you? I personally can't imagine a world without art and music, but sadly for many children, this is becoming a reality. As school districts nowadays are having to make a lot of budget cuts, and often art and music are the first ones to go. This needs to stop. Art and music programs are very important in the education process and shouldn't be on the chopping block. When I was in school, both grade school and high school, I had the chance to be in music programs. And these programs enabled me to have wonderful skills, or gain wonderful skills that I still use today. I couldn't imagine what it would have been like to not have band and choir in high school. My high school experience wouldn't have been anywhere near the same without them. I hope throughout this speech that you'll be able to see the importance of music and that art and music have in schools. It is so important that we're advocates for these programs, and I hope to be able to show you why as I speak. As we go forward, continue to think about those questions that I first asked. Ponder on the importance of art and music in your life so that we can reason together why it's important for art and music to be in the lives of children, school children. The first reason why these programs are so important is because they help students to learn social skills. These programs give students the opportunity to build lasting friendships with others who have the same interests as them. I remember the summer before I started my first day of high school, I was really nervous. It was a new experience. I was just really scared. But what made it easier was actually that I was in marching band, because a whole week before school even started, we had band camp, and I was able to meet a lot of awesome people, and I was able to feel more comfortable on my first day of school because I knew people. And I was actually able to stay friends with these people in band like my whole high school career. The Arts Edge website states, during the middle 8 to 10 childhood years, children are becoming more interested in their relationships with their peers and in their own places in the world. The arts help them figure out who they are by exposing them to other cultures, new ways of thinking, and expressing themselves and communicating with others. While some students naturally have good social skills, others need a safe environment where they can learn how to express themselves. Students are able to then make friends and get to know many different kids their age. When I was in band and choir, it was always like I had a family. They always had my back and I had theirs. Studies have shown that music and art programs actually are proven to help students improve their overall performance in school as well, which is actually the next reason that I want to talk about of why music and art are so important. There's actually a study done in Missouri with children's performance in school compared to the relationship of music and art programs being in their schedule. And in this study, they looked at test scores, grades, attendance, and graduation rates, and found, quote, across Missouri schools, those districts with higher levels of student enrollment in the arts classes had higher attendance rates than districts with the lower level of students' participation in arts. Districts with lower levels of arts participation reported an average attendance rate of 94.1. Districts with higher levels of participation reported an average of 95.1. Although the difference appears to be small, daily attendance rates are part of the formula for determining state funding for individual districts with lower attendance rates resulting in lower funds. And so essentially, with higher attendance rates, higher performance, schools get more funding, so that's a pretty good reason. But also, in this study, they looked at behavior and discipline in the classrooms and found, quote, according to the correlation analysis, the higher levels of art participation the lower level students' behaviors requiring disciplinary actions. This relationship was especially true for specific categories of negative student behavior, including acts of violence and other infractions that required out-of-school suspensions and suspensions for more than 10 days. The statistics, they don't lie. From my personal experience, I also saw the times that I had my music classes and my art programs. My grades were better, I was more motivated to be there and to go to school, which brings me to my last reason of why it's important for these programs to be in schools is because they give kids a reason to be there. School can be really tough. There's a lot of homework, projects, tests, and at times can be really tedious for students. Classes can be overwhelming, and often students don't like to be there. The art and music programs help with this. I always looked forward to my choir class at the end of my day my senior year. It gave me something to look forward to. If I had a hard time in one of my classes, or I had a test that I feel like I didn't do well on, just knowing that I had choir really helped me to get through. And then to be able to sing and to let it off and to get rid of some of that stress was really needed. And students, they need that outlet that music and arts classes give them. Now that we've gone through this speech, were you able to think about why music is important to you? Or music and art are important to you? They're important to me because they give us a way that we can express the talents that we've been given and opens up doors that couldn't be opened up any other way. I hope that you've been able to understand why it is so important for music and art to be in schools. Music and art help students, again, to become better by the needed social skills that they gain by helping them improve in their studies and having a desire to be at school. Remember the things that you felt and learned today. Will you now stand with me and be an advocate for students who don't have a voice? Help students by fighting for music and art to stay in schools, because what kind of world would it be without it?